Now, while this is a very significant new program to be put forward, I know what other programs are out there that will complement this program in terms of incentives for people to lower their bill.
So we have a variety of energy efficiency and water conservation programs, probably the most effective, especially out in the valley. The real consumers, as you mentioned, is the air conditioning and heating costs, which this program will address. Next thing is pool pumps. Most people don't think that the pool pumps consume as much energy as they do. They consume a great deal of energy. We have a $1,000 rebate for variable speed pool pumps, which will pay off in about a year and a half for our customers. It's, again, a win-win. We have a variety of different things to replace refrigerators, water conservation, all of that, again, available on our website.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Close by saying, members, a kilowatt of energy saved is worth a kilowatt earned or generated. This is a way that we can create energy savings. We can provide a benefit to our ratepayers. And so I strongly urge an aye vote on this new incentive program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blumenfield. With that, members, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, that's approved. Let's move to item 44, called special by Mr. Hunt and Mr. Walsh. Item 44.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. We're now up to that. This concerns the Little Tokyo Business Improvement District and an enormous amount of a special assessment on the BID. Now, the merchants and property owners pay for this. In other words, they're treated as incredibly racist-wise, the Little Tokyo people. It's filthy there. They don't clean the streets when they're supposed to. They allow crime to occur right open on the street. But they have the nerve, this BID is a tax on all the property owners and the businesses. HollywoodHighlands.org.
Thank you. Mr. Hunt?
The Red Chief Hunt on the record for Little Tokyo. I think that if it's an investment for Little Tokyo, then it should be made. If the property tax and the owners are paying for it, then it should be accepted. But let's clean up Little Tokyo night and day so that the property improvements will be adjusted so that they can make more money. I am the Red Chief.
Thank you. No hollering, Mr. We don't want to break our equipment. Let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
We're going to now move to item 51. Mr. Krikorian, item 51. I do have a card. I'd like to call up on item 51, Reverend Charles Harrell. Reverend Charles Harrell. I see you. Please come forward, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
My name is Charles Harrell. I am also a city employee. I want to thank you for the honor to speak today before all of you on item 51, parental leave. Parental leave, as my understanding, offers 4 months paid leave to city employees. This affords fathers, mothers, the ability to greatly solidify their family structure. As a father, my motivation is to provide influence, stability, protection, hope, and a legacy of integrity for my children to walk in. As a minister and a community leader, also a chaplain, my motives are the same for my neighbors. Simply put, this item greatly advances those efforts and helps families, new and seasoned, it gives them great ability to solidify their family foundation. And it would help greatly and would be very appreciative if you voted in favor.
Thank you for coming down, sir. Mr. Krikorian, that ends the public comment on that item.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Members, in virtually the entire developed world, government mandates that employers provide paid parental leave of some sort when a family is expanding. And the United States as a whole has fallen woefully behind the rest of the world in that regard. But that's starting to change. Even now, the United States military is expanding paid parental leave. There are cities throughout our country that are expanding parental leave, and importantly, so is the private sector. So as we're entering into a mode where we're beginning to expand the city's workforce, as we recover from the Great Recession, as so much of our workforce is retiring and needing to be replaced now, we need to be competitive for the best, for the brightest people who will want to come to work for this city. And in order to do that, in order to be competitive with the rest of the private sector, we need to make sure that we provide this sort of benefit to allow young families to be able to come to work and still know that they won't be neglecting their obligations to their children. So this is the first step in what will be a long process of analysis, of consideration of the economics of this, considering the detriment that the city faces when we lose good employees because they don't have the option to take paid leave when they have a family. And we heard testimony from so many employees in committee who have used up all of their sick time, used up all of their vacation time when they have a child, and then when that child becomes sick a few months later, or when a family member becomes sick, or when they want to have another child in the next year or two, they haven't accrued sufficient time to be able to take additional time off to take care of those needs. So this is just a common sense measure that will help us attract and retain the best possible talent. It'll help us to be a supportive employer of our employees when they need our support the most, and it will help lay the foundation for the future citizens of Los Angeles, the children of our employees, to get off to the right kind of start by being able to bond with their families at the time when they're most vulnerable. So I want to thank Councilmember Martinez for partnering in this effort with us, and I hope that this will be the first step in a successful journey in helping Los Angeles lead our country and make a strong statement that paid parental leave should be a fundamental requirement of employment of any employer anywhere in this country. I hope Los Angeles will lead the way.
Well, why don't we hear from Ms. Martinez?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Krikorian, I want to thank you for bringing this forward and asking me to partner with you. I just want to mention that 7 years ago today at 12:15 in the afternoon, I became a mom for the first time. So it's my daughter's birthday today. So I think it's even more symbolic that we get to vote on this. Happy birthday, Izzy.
Happy birthday.
And I can't tell you from personal experience what it was to give birth and basically be a mess for the first couple of months after having my baby. And had I not banked my sick leave and my vacation time, it would have been very difficult for me to have stayed home for almost 4 months. Coupled with the fact that my husband also was given the opportunity to stay with me for the first month of our baby's life. So that, Mr. Krikorian, goes a long way, not only trying to figure out what you're doing as new parents, but also as a way to give an opportunity for those who are starting families that want to go and have a baby, for women who want to return to the workforce. As our employees are aging and retiring, the opportunity for those who wait a little longer to start a family and are able to take the necessary time to bond with their children and then come back to work and feel like it was enough, not feel that guilt that you carry with you almost every day because you wish you can be with your kids. But you have to work and you have to make ends meet. So this gives an opportunity for the city to send a message that if you're going to go off and have a family, we want to adopt a paid parental leave so you have an opportunity to bond with your children and still have a job to come to. So, colleagues, I ask for your support in moving this forward. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Mr. Bonin.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to rise to thank Mr. Krikorian for this piece of legislation. One of the things, I can't top anything Ms. Martinez said, obviously. But one of the things I do want to comment on is that this is inclusive of not just birth parents, but adoptive and foster parents. And it is so vitally important for new parents of a child that has come to their family through adoption or foster care to have that time to bond with the child, that I think this is essential. And I thank you for your leadership.
Thank you. Let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, let's move on to item 81. Mr. Walsh, John Walsh, item 81.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org and at J. Walsh Confidential. 81 again is REAP, where you do a good job for we the renters. And I'd like to point out that this is 2 meetings, so you owe us 10 minutes. 2 meetings this.
Okay, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, now we'll move to item 91, called by Mr. Gus, item 91.
One minute only, please. Item 91, 1 minute only. So this says the shooting of Mitchell Maya. And that's kind of an understatement, Mr. Wesson. He wasn't shot, he was killed. Now, I guess the question is, why do all your other rewards say murdered, the murder of this person or that person, but this person who was murdered, it only says he was shot? So what is the difference? What is unique about this? Why is it inconsistent with every other murder award that you have? The young man wasn't shot. He was murdered. He is dead. Shooting implies that he's still alive. By the way, please make sure I'm only charged for a minute for this. Again, to the public, this happened in Boyle Heights. The $50,000, if you do get it, it's taxable. You do not get $50,000. It can be shared. It's dangerous. It doesn't work, and it's not enough money to get you out of Dodge. Something's wrong here. Thank you.
Thank you. Let us prepare to vote on that item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Item 1 we'll go to, if I could get Ms. McAllister, Ms. Fogler, and Mr. Walsh. Please, Mr. Walsh, I thought I heard him say pass, so let's go McAllister, Fogler, and Ms. Pearman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I see that the list is still long, a list of people who are threatened to have their houses foreclosed on. They have these liens on their homes. And I see that you're doing some work in actually talking to these people and getting the rates down or the amounts of money they have to pay. So I like that. So I like to give credit where credit is due, but it's not enough. I think in a year you're taking about maybe a couple of thousand homes. Where are you giving them to, or who you're giving them to? Developers and yourselves and your relatives. You got homes for 3 generations down. We won't even have a country by that time when you get through screwing things up. I like to say that I sympathize with our elected officials here because a lot of you don't have control on what really happens. You're voting and doing what the powers that be tell you to do, and I'll talk about that later. We need to get these people in the city chamber here because one man came in and Councilmember Price talked to him, probably got his those taxes taken off of his account. So we need the people to come in here. If you find yourself on this list, get in here and talk to your council person. You elect these people for a reason. You elect them to help you out. Remember now, we're talking about gangsters. These are gangsters we're dealing with. I'm not saying the council members are gangsters, but they represent the gangsters. So we got to deal with them like we're gangsters. You see what I mean? These are not church-going Christians, Catholics, Jews. I don't know what they are, but we're dealing with gangsters. Now remember, the power is higher than this. These are not the gangsters. They represent the gangsters. So as far as I'm concerned, they're going to fall with the gangsters. You see, if you're going to do this kind of work, rip the people off, take advantage of the citizens, then you need to get yours too. And then we'll have people afraid to front for the gangsters. We need to put some fear in your hearts. Thank you.
Yes, Miriam, come forward.
Is this what number? Number one? Yeah, number one. Okay, your building and safety is really behind, and they're not up to par on things. They take very slow time. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in the service here in the city. And the people who have these liens should come out here, and maybe then they can have it dismissed. So, you know, I'm just pretty disappointed. I came all the way down here, and now I don't get to speak on the DWP thing. Thank you. 1 minute.
Yes, Ms. Pearman.
Yeah, and again, you have tons of liens all the way down up to Z, though I'm sure by now you probably going to put some of them off, like that's all you do. And it shows I don't know why there's so many liens. I mean, it can't be a good job like he says if all these people owe money. And I'm tired of having these people. There's got to be a way to work these things out so these people don't owe so much money. And, you know, today is a big waste of time. Someone told me there was a great big thing for the DWP, and now all I can do is tell you off for having lanes. So let's get them all, let's work with these people and get them paid off, and don't overdo it with late fees. No late fees.
Okay, let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's go to, I believe, item 87, Mr. Fuentes.
President, colleagues, I raise this issue just for a technical amendment. I'd like to, the motion that was referenced in item 87 says to take an existing chief urban forester position and reclassify it. It should read existing chief management analyst and reclassify that. That's the only change that we've got. Ask for an aye vote.
Okay, with that said, let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
You know what I want to do on item 1, Mr. City Attorney, I want a quick vote on reconsideration. Mr. Hunt, please come forward. On item 1. And Ruth Cernoff. Please come forward, Ruth and Mr. Hunt. Item 1. Let's vote on reconsideration. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, Ms. Cernoff.
I can only tell you what I experienced on the internet last night, and to me it raises a lot of red flags. The biggest red flag is the number of liens that are exactly the same amount of money, down to the penny, and have the same scribbled transference of funds from one trusteeship to another. There's some graft going in there. There's no, the signatures are all bad. I ran one of those. I counted 8 or 9 last night. I'm only counting 5 or 6 of them this morning, but they're all for a lien of $1,288.56. There's one in Council D for that, Council District 3. There's another one. I may be missing them. I'm looking really fast. There's also another one in 3. There's another one in Council District 10. There's another in Council District 15. And there's another in Council District 1. And they're all for the same exact amount of money, $1,288.56. And if the title and the way that the transference, and this is taking place, is the same in all of these procedures, then we're really in trouble, because there's some things that just aren't right. And because I need to further research this, I will simply give you a copy of one of the 128856 ones, so that you know what you're looking for in case you want to pursue it.
Thank you. Mr. Hunt?
Vote yes on the reconsideration. I am the Red Chief Hunt.
Let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Okay, we're going to go to item 82. I have cards, Ms. Fogler, Ms. Pearman, and Mr. Previn on item 82. Miriam, come forward. Item 82. Ms. Fogler, item 82.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but you're playing hopscotch with these people's lives. And what we're concerned about now, the whole San Fernando Valley is being compromised, the air down there, because, you know, we're in a valley. And the air sits more. So this is like air pollution. You know what you've done is bringing that gas leak in there. So my neighbor across the street said, well, I guess we're going to have it here, also here in Panorama City. Coming down here, you know, all the way down here to, you know, it's pretty serious, you folks. So I think we need an EPA check here of our air down there in the valley, making sure our air is okay to breathe. And I'm serious. These poor people, they deserve to get a break. And we all in the valley need to get a break in the valley. We're all being sucked in by all that gas leak in the air. Thank you. Please get a study done so that we can check our air.
Okay, Ms. Pearman, followed by Mr. Previn.
Okay, it's good that you're, I fully agree with all that you said. That's a terrible thing, that what they did with the gas leak and screwing people's lives. And I'm glad that you're going to give them a spot where they weren't there. That's full fund credits for customers displaced from their homes. That's good. But I don't understand is what our customers are only eligible for refund credits if they no longer place any of the collection containers out of service. So it seems to me that this is probably a way to try to find a lower way to not give the refunds to everybody that's been displaced by coming up with this term, but nobody knows what they're saying, but they'll end up being under that term so that you probably don't end up having to give anything. So basically, you don't want to make up for the mistakes that you made over there at the gas leak. I'm going to leave it down to a minute. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Previn.
Yeah, yes, it's Eric Previn from CD2, and I'll just take 60 seconds, sir. And I assume you're allowing, since this is a double meeting, double the time overall, since it's almost 100 items. This is, as described, sort of a waste tax for the people in the area who have had trouble. We're going to try to credit back some of the tax, is the proposal by the commissioner from CD12. Well, these are folks who have had to be displaced, and it's my understanding that we are covering all of their waste needs where they are. So to credit them back money, though appealing, I'm sure, to the council member and to the recipients of any money, is hard to see, frankly. I don't quite get the benefit, since we are providing, I assume, for all the relocation poopy charges that may go along with it. So this does seem like yet one too many things. So I would say, along with the crazy legal fighting, thank you.
Okay, let us prepare to vote on this item. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Englander.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I've been consulting with the Department of Public Works and Sanitation, as well as the City Attorney's Office, who are all here if anybody's got any questions. And what this is would allow us, under all the rules, essentially to credit back those folks who have been relocated during the gas leak, particularly since both the governor proclaimed an emergency as well as the county health department issued a relocation order for those residents as well. And so there's already a system in place that we have, and they've been great in working with us. And I really want to thank the City Attorney's Office and the department for all their help. And we're going to work with all of the residents that have been relocated, up to approximately 6,000 now households that have actually been relocated, to make sure that while they were out, they don't have to come back and have bills services that weren't provided, where we didn't send anybody to pick up their trash, or actually they drove right by their home because there were no cans out. On top of that, I just want to make a special announcement, Mr. President. This is pretty cool. So while we were doing all of this, it dawned on me that all these people have been moved out, and they're probably paying their cable bill also, and they're not home. So I picked up the phone and I called Dean Leavenworth, who's here from Time Warner, and he picked up the phone, and fortunately the folks in his corporate office, their cable wasn't disconnected. He got a hold of them, and they've agreed to work with all of the residents as well. A lot of residents actually that had moved out did shut off their cable temporarily, but many of them didn't, and didn't even think about it. And so Time Warner is more than willing to work with those folks on their billing issues as well, and get all the ones that are coming back home, and people really want to get home quickly, to make sure that they get reactivated as well. So for those folks, they can call 888-TW-CABLE, toll free, and they will work with them directly, and we really appreciate the partnership on that as well. I urge you to vote yes on this. Thank you so much.
Okay, and Dean, thank you and your company. Let's prepare to vote. Let us open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.